Have you ever had the feeling that somewhere in the silence, there is a gaze constantly following you, gentle yet unspoken? That there is someone who, instead of expressing their feelings through words, chooses to stand on the periphery of your life, silently, quietly, yet never really leaving? Love, at its fullest bloom, does not always echo aloud. It hides within things that seem invisible. A fleeting glance that quickly turns away, a timely presence that needs no naming, a meaningful silence between two souls who need no words to understand each other. Carl Jung once said, "We don't meet by chance. It is the fragments of our souls recognizing one another." Love, in this way, does not need loud declarations. It only needs to exist, like a silent current yet powerful. In today's video, we will take a deeper look at the subtle yet undeniable signs that someone is loving you with a love not yet named, but already permeating every gesture and look. Let's explore, and perhaps you will find yourself in this story. Before we begin our journey into the deeper layers of the mind and emotions, take a moment to subscribe to the Mind and Meaning channel, because sometimes a single idea at the right moment can change the way we see the world and ourselves. Let each upcoming video be another step on the path of self-development and spiritual awakening with you. And now, let's begin. 2. They retreat in moments when they should get closer. The human heart does not always act logically. There are people who, the more they care, the more they distance themselves. They take a step back when you get close, stay silent when they should speak, and hide when your gaze unintentionally lands on them. It's paradoxical, but true feelings, if not accepted or fully understood, can make a person tremble. They fear that if it comes to light, it will be rejected. Or worse, be completely understood. You might notice them avoiding you in public, changing the topic when conversations get too personal, or feeling awkward when someone shows concern for you. This retreat is not indifference, but a subtle form of self-defense, when emotions are too intense but there is no safe outlet. Carl Jung once reminded us, "We become strong not when we hide our emotions, but when we dare to face them." But until they are ready, all you will see are retreating footsteps, though deep inside, their heart is drawing closer to you than ever before. One they mirror you without realizing it. When a soul quietly cares for you, it doesn't need to express it in words. Instead, it is shown through unconscious gestures, like a gentle mirror reflecting your presence in them. You will start to notice. They say phrases you often use, they tilt their head like you do when thinking, and even their preferences slowly shift towards yours like small waves finding their way to familiar shores. Psychology calls this phenomenon mirroring, but on a deeper level, it's the silent harmony between two emotional frequencies. Carl Jung once said, "We don't meet by chance. Every encounter is an interaction between unseen parts. And if someone unconsciously becomes more like you, it might be because they've found a part of themselves in your presence." 3. They tease you in strange and subtle ways. Unspoken love is rarely silent. It finds ways to express itself through unexpected paths. One of these ways is gentle teasing, jokes that seem harmless, or little games that appear accidental. But behind this playful demeanor, there might be a gentle sense of unease. They are not teasing just to amuse. They are doing it to maintain the rhythm of connection, like an invisible thread between two souls that have yet to name their relationship. People often joke when they cannot speak their truth, because if they did, they fear it would disrupt the natural ease between the two. So they let their feelings slip through gestures that seem childlike, yet carry the weight of a heart trying to get closer, while still keeping a safe distance. This is not just teasing, it is a way of loving, clumsy, silent, but sincere. As Jung once hinted, darkness cannot be dispelled by force. It needs to be understood and illuminated by presence. And sometimes that teasing is the faint light of a love that remains hidden, waiting to be understood. 4. They remember things you've long forgotten. There is a form of remembering that doesn't come from the mind, but from the heart. When someone quietly loves you, they don't just listen, they hold on to what you say. Not to score points, but because in their inner world, everything you say leaves a trace. You might have forgotten mentioning a book, a song that brought you to tears, or a vague childhood memory. But they don't forget. Not because they try to remember, but because in that moment, You are a universe that needs to be understood. This attention is not the meticulousness of the intellect, but the sensitivity of a soul that is connecting. They remember you like one remembers a beautiful dream. No reason, no purpose. Simply because you are important. And if someone remembers things you've long forgotten, it might mean their heart is quietly walking alongside you, even from behind, gently but never fading. 5. They notice you when no one else does. Silent love does not need words. Sometimes it only needs a look. But not just any look, not one that's obvious or intentional. It's a subtle, gentle gaze, appearing in moments when you think no one is paying attention. When you're lost in your own thoughts, when you're unaware of the world around you, when you're talking to someone else, that's when their gaze finds its way to you. It's not just a casual glance. It's a gaze full of meaning, as if they are trying to capture every detail of you, even though you're unaware. Hidden love is not about direct expression, but the quiet desire to observe you, to understand you through moments when you think you are invisible. Those who love you silently don't need to speak. Their eyes reveal all the emotions that sometimes words cannot express. 6. They listen to you more deeply than you realize. Listening is a delicate art, and those who love you silently are true masters of it. While most people listen to reply, these individuals listen to understand. They don't just absorb your words, they grasp the subtle nuances in your tone, feel what you don't say, and remember the details you've forgotten. They are the ones who can tell when your smile hides a deep sadness, who sense when you're going through a difficult time without needing you to say a word, and who know exactly how to comfort you without further explanation. Silent love, therefore, manifests through sensitive listening, through the ability to feel your emotions even when you say nothing. Its presence in every story, understanding without the need for elaboration. To them, every word you speak carries deep meaning, and their listening is never superficial. They behave differently with you than with others. A change in behavior, though small but full of meaning, is one of the clearest signs of hidden affection. If someone who is usually open and approachable becomes serious and reserved when they face you, or, on the contrary, becomes more cheerful and relaxed than usual, it's likely that their feelings for you are stronger than they can express. They might be very natural, easily engaging with others, but when they are with you, they become more cautious with every word, as if afraid of doing something wrong. They search for your eyes in a crowd, but when your gazes meet, they immediately look away, as if they cannot let that emotion be revealed too clearly. This change may manifest in various ways. They might become tense when near you, pay attention to every little detail, or try to approach you without revealing too much. It's as if their subconscious is urging them to act in a special way, just because the connection they feel is unique and hard to put into words. 8. They care for you quietly. True love, like a quiet current, doesn't need loud declarations or grand gestures. In fact, those who love you silently often express their affection through subtle details that few notice. They might ask if you've eaten, notice your tiredness before you speak up, or quietly help you when you haven't asked. These small actions are, in fact, the deepest form of love. They are not trying to impress you with grand acts, but instead, they silently protect and care for you, ensuring that you are okay. For those who truly love you, your well-being and happiness are their top priority, even though they don't need to say anything. True love doesn't need to be public. Sometimes it hides in the little everyday gestures, in fleeting glances, in moments that seem accidental. These things hold more meaning than 1,000 words. We've just explored 8 subtle signs, the traces that deep feelings can leave, even if they are never expressed. A love may be hidden by fear, insecurity, or simply modesty. If you notice someone acting in these ways, you might have someone quietly loving you, silently caring for you without ever saying a word. What about you? Have you ever sensed that someone cares for you more than they express, but lacks the courage to confess? Or have you ever noticed the subtle signs that seemed random at first, but made you ponder as time passed? Share your story in the comments. And remember, love can show up in many forms. Sometimes you just need to open your eyes and listen, and you will realize that someone loves you more than you imagined. See you in the next video.